When I met Tommy, I mean, he totally convinced me that this was going to be like totally different from any other teen movie, and the way he's shooting it with Marie, she's like a brilliant cinematographer, and all the actors in the movie are so talented, so it's like it's a nice well-rounded cast, and like it's going to be great visually, the movie, and yeah, it's been so much fun to work on. One of the reasons I did Kelly is because I could really relate to Kelly's situation, like falling for the guy who's your friend, who wants his ex-girlfriend back, and you're supporting him, but really your heart's breaking. So I've been there and done that, so I could relate to Kelly and what she was going through, and I just thought it was such a sweet, you know, romance. I do sing, which I love to sing, and this song, all our music's done by Mark Shaman, and he's like brilliant. He's like a god to me. I mean, he's so amazing, and so he wrote me this gorgeous song that I get to sing at the end of the movie. It's so beautiful. Well, you know, it's uncomfortable when you're kissing in front of a lot of people. It was really funny, though. He is a good kisser, though. But it was uncomfortable, like, because the other day we were behind a green screen on Apple boxes. Like, we were totally cracking up all the time, and we were rotating as we kissed, and then there's this one point, like, it's like a choreographed kiss, because there's certain points where I have to be on this side of his face, and certain points where I have to be on the other side, and he's supposed to be, like, looking up at the stream forest, and so it was really funny. We started cracking up laughing, like, so many times. We were being bad. Romantic comedies are something that everyone loves to go see, and I think that this one definitely reaches an audience that I think, like, doesn't have that many romantic comedies. I mean, teenagers, we have our certain ones, but they're not, you know, that, like, special, and this one I think is.
Music, I'm tone deaf. I have no musical talent. I'm so proud of it too. No musical talent whatsoever. I can't sing. I have like 2 left feet. I took dancing for a while. I took gymnastics. I mean, I could dance a little. I have a little bit of rhythm, but no voice. I'm no voice at all. Bazin is Kelly's best friend. She is, she has no filter in her mouth, so she kind of says everything that she thinks, and she thinks she's the best at everything. So like she thinks she's the best one to dance, she thinks she's the best one at singing, she thinks she's amazing. And it kind of ends up backfiring at her because she wants this amazing part in the film, in this musical, and she gets the chorus. So she's very, but then like there's also this little love interest between Cisco. Oh, Cisco's in the movie. It's fun because like they do this play in the school, and then like the two guys, Shane and Ben, both like the same girl in the movie, and in the play they both like the same girl. So it kind of intertwines, and they have this duel on the stage inside the school while doing Midsummer Night's Dream. But it's actually the duel between the girl they actually love in real life and Melissa, who plays their love interest. It's very confusing, isn't it? I just confused everybody. Yeah. It deals with like love and friendship. A lot of it's friendship and trust, and how you can learn to trust a person, and how you can get over a girl after heartbreak. And it's really sometimes really hard. It's a great film for kids who maybe just lost their first love to go and see how it's okay, you know, move on and progress through it. And actually, that's what it deals with, a lot of teen themes, emotions, and like friendships, and courses through life, and how a person progresses. Like they start off as a young boy and he progresses into a man, or a girl, and then progresses into a woman.
I play the role of Stryker, and he's a British exchange student who comes to their little world, and he's got a pop band back in Britain called the Swingtown Lads, and basically it's, you know, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys type of music, and he's a real jerk, and he pretty much takes control of the school. He takes Allison from Burke, and then ends up trying to hit on every other girl that's there, and it's a lot of fun, this role. Simply the fact that the character was so over the top and so much fun, that, and also to try to pull off this, you know, British accent, which thankfully they said in the script is not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be very, you know, like you don't know where it's coming from, like George Plimpton is what they used. I have to sing a boy band type song. I also have to sing a rock and roll song all by myself, which is just very metal laden, and everything is differently over the top. They have stuff that sounds like it's from The Sound of Music, and then something that sounds like a Cher technotronic song, And mine pretty much are regulated to the Backstreet Boy type song and this rock and roll song. I think he's just a guy who's always trying to fit in. I'm sure he went to a million schools trying to fit in with, you know, whatever he has. And I think that he knows he can get the ladies, and he likes that about himself, and he doesn't really care too much for friends, for guy friends. So I think innately he's not that great of a guy, and just to be able to play somebody who's over the top like that, who's just gross, is a lot of fun.
I was a little nervous my first day. I was kind of walking around, you know, kind of just completely lost, coming to grips with the reality that a movie set isn't as identical to a video set as as a lot of us artists would like to think. Martin Short, I heard, was in the movie. Kirsten Dunst, whose work I was familiar with from Interview with the Vampire. And when I, you know, started looking at, you know, the kinds of people that was surrounding me and you know, the budget of the movie, and I heard it was a Miramax film, all these things came into play, and it just seemed like a good career move, and it seemed like the right film to, you know, start off with. We don't know the first thing about women when we're in high school, and it's like, it's so funny because that kind of plays out right in the movie. You actually see how little a young male, a young group of males know about women, and it's kind of, I think it's kind of funny to watch us kind of, you know, give all the wrong advice and, you know, see how it plays out.
It's about unrequited love and misinterpretation and not reading other people's intentions. I see him as a failed everything, you know, someone who once was in an airplane with Mickey Rourke and it meant something, you know. That he really believes that if this can make it, if this school production can work, he can, you know, end up back off Broadway where he had hoped he'd be. What's great about working as an actor for many years is that you get to keep doing it and refining it, but basically, you know, actors are talented or not, and these are all remarkably talented young actors, and it's fun.
I think she's pretty much atypical from a lot of the women that play the heartbreakers in the movies. I mean, she's a really nice girl. She means well. She's not this femme fatale type figure that, you know, just goes around like crushing men's hearts. She really is just a human being trying to, you know, live her life, and she's confused, and she's young, and she doesn't really know what she wants. Stryker, Shane West, is someone who I think every girl, whether they want to admit it or not, has been seduced by one time in their life. I mean, he's like the bad boy, you know, the sort of mysterious exchange student who comes in and sweeps her off her feet. My character, Allison, Kirsten's character, Kelly, and Ben's character, Burke, are the ones that are really rooted in reality, the ones that are the real characters going through real feelings. Their story that the movie centers around is something that people can relate to. It happens all the time. But at the same time, we're surrounded by this circus of, you know, characters that are just hilarious, and that's what makes the movie what it is, and funny and hilarious.
It came from a very real place with the writer R. Lee Fleming, so the characters have a great deal of emotional realness to them. With that Allison character, it would be so easy to play a cliche and turn her into the, you know, the raging bitch that Burke just wants to get back at, or, you know, wants to get back with, but the whole way through you're saying, no, 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 don't go with her, don't go with her. But in fact, her character is a little more real than that, and she and I discussed it and decided that Allison's more of a confused character. she's not quite sure what she wants at this point in her life, which a lot of young people, you know, at that point in their lives don't know what they want. I mean, I know I don't know what I want even at this point in my life. So it's a pretty real character. In fact, one of the most real characters in the film. Shane came in and read and put on this Australian accent. Well, I never had thought of the character as being, you know, like a cheap version of an Australian, but he did such a great job and played it with such verve that we pretty much gave him the role right in the room. We said, you did an amazing job, and then we called his agents immediately afterwards.
Frank and Beverly are a very fun-loving couple. Swoosie Kurtz and I play Frank and Beverly, and we have this talk show called Love Matters. And it's geared to youth because we feel we're very youthful people. Of course, we're completely out of it. And, but we have this show, this cable show that talks about, you know, affairs of the heart and much more. You know, very lurid details, what have you, of young people's amorous pursuits, and many people. So I think it's something of an embarrassment to our son. I think the most fun of this role is working with Swoosie Kurtz. She's a wonderful actress, you know, award-winning stage actress, and brilliant on Sisters and brilliant in many movies, and playing, you know, her husband and playing her love interest. Again, we did Love Letters several times. We did the play together several times, and that is the big pleasure for me. You know, it's a love story, and it has, you know, ties to very classical tales of love and amorous pursuit, and they're woven into this movie, you know, by way of the play that we do. And so it has that as a template for what he goes through, and it's very good dialogue. Lee is a wonderful writer, and Tommy O'Haver is a great director, so he's really pulling all this stuff off in the best possible way. So everybody's very happy here in the set.
Ed Begley plays my husband, and he's just fabulous, and we improvise a lot. And we have this teen advice talk show together. So whenever we're together, kind of, you know, the script, you just take the script and go, because it's great. We use, the script is fantastic. We use that, and then we just keep going and going and going. Burke, our son, is a sweet guy who just can't catch a break. You know, he gives new meaning to the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished, because he just keeps injuring himself. He gets rejected by his girlfriend. He's totally has stage fright, and he gets cast in this huge part in this play. And he's just a sweet kid, you know, and he's in love, and he can't get the girl he wants, and he's blind to the one who loves him. It's a wonderful kind of love triangle.
He's a little bit more wild than I would be, and I would probably be able to look at what Burke is going through and say, okay, maybe I should back off right now. Whereas Felix is just saying, no, he's my buddy, and I gotta, you know, try and make him feel better. And of course, makes him feel worse, and that's sort of Felix's big flaw, you know. After meeting with Tommy, it was really sort of like, well, let's really try and make the teen movie to end all teen movies. I think that's the real thing, and really trying to add some sort of reality to what we're doing. For Felix, I think he really grows and realizes that he doesn't really have to protect his sister. That his sister is I mean, although they're only a year younger, she's grown up tremendously, and she's not the little girl that he needs to take care of and keep his eye on all the time. And that, I think, that's how Felix grows throughout the movie. You fall in love, and you have this notion that your girlfriend in high school, your first love, is your true love. And then when that falls apart, I mean, your world is just shot, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know how to act, and you stop being yourself, and you try being something else in order to regain what you once had. So I think it's something that definitely everyone can relate to. The underlying theme that I think everyone will really be able to grasp onto is that that feeling of losing your true love, and then ultimately realizing, well, it's not. You fall in and out of love very, very quickly, and you can't force yourself to be in love, and you can't, think that love is this thing that's going to last forever. Sometimes things end. And it takes Burke a while to realize that.
The characters are so Rockwellian. It's just everybody's really, they have their views on life, and everybody's healthy, and everybody's middle class, and then Burke kind of begins to slightly lose his mind through the progression of the film after his heart has been broken, and I like that. I like the sane, happy, all-American boy going slightly bonkers. Well, when you first meet Burke, he's happy-go-lucky. He's got his girlfriend of years. He's got good family, a little eccentric. He's on the basketball team. He's got a great pair of friends. And then Allison, the love of his life breaks up with him. And this pulls the rug underneath his sanity. We've laid down some tracks for the music, which is just some of the most brilliantly whacked music. It's written by Mark Shaman, who wrote the music for South Park. It's just a genius. And again, on the surface, it looks really kind of light and fun, but it's just there's this twisted element to the music. Tommy's great. He's got a really whacked vision and a really interesting sense of humor. He's got a great sense of the absurd, which is important, I think.
Ready?
So...
And action.
Hot? Oh, fair Hermia. That worked so well.
Okay, so on action, give it a beat.
Yeah, I like
it's
that.
still digging. I can see that it's still digging. It needs to come up with it.
Okay, and that one?
Okay, yeah, big enough to ride or what? Okay,
No, don't pull the right one.
We go to vibrate exactly where. We should cover it. We should do it one more time because I want that line on this.
On that cut.
Can we do it one more time? Ben?
Really knock it down. Boom, that's it. Boom, that's it. Boom.
Okay.
Back.
So,
so I can react to
we
it.
will. We'll have Susie read it for you.
Right, we'll be a little while.
Do you want to take this cup?
It's gonna be in your.
Oh, and then you
Yes, I know. We're gonna do one more in this angle, and then we're gonna go tight. Next shot. And I want to get and tail. Cut.
Tail flag.
Watch the...
Yeah. And we're up there. Let's put the stand-ins there, please. Come here. Okay, yes. Yes. That was it, Kirsten. From...
rub his metal.
And he'll do that again. Like, sort of like, who are you? Almost.
And what you are, and you're here because.
But this is a little more. This one's not quite so campy. Right.
See, on Daniels, it's very golden.
Yeah.
And very soft focus. So every like little highlight.
Yeah, I knew, which, that's why we put the body shimmer.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to box it in just a wee bit.
Yeah. And then you can read it.
The charge, and he's like, no, no. I'm like, oh,
it works, but I'm just saying, I know that in the audience, these guys gonna be sitting there like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll go to it.
Yeah, we're just going to go in for an insert of this and an insert of the battery charger. And that's basically it. Them
and I'm going to get that still from here again for the end of the scene.
Take a stick, darlings. Thanks, hon. You know, the guests get so cranky when you haven't heard their CD. You came home so early last night. Is everything okay with Allison? It's not too flat.
as long as you get to take your meat off.
I told them.
We're studying. She did it. It's the end of the story.
Some love pangs for a certain you-know-who.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Kelly, give me some credit. You really think no one's noticed?
Action!
Felix!
Well, if it isn't my beauteous co-star.
Do you know where my brother Felix is?
Fair Helena. So tense.
Right at the beginning of No.
No one's.
No one's for Ben. Two. And then and no is for Colin.
Perhaps you'd let me take you out to the veranda and I can edify you.
Look, I'll see you at rehearsal.
What the hell's going on?
Nothing. Just a bit of tomfoolery, really. Just a bit of tomfoolery, really.
Felix, I'm handling it.
No, you're being handled by leather pants here. There's a difference.
I think you better go.
That was good. So.
Okay, Tommy, check the gate, please.
Yeah, that was really good.
So I didn't go in. Action, Ben.
Hey, dude, what's up? What do you think?
What do we think?
What do you mean?
I mean, you shouldn't have to waste your time on some hapless loser.
There you are.
Diane? Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry, they just changed all the flags. Okay, thank you very much.
8 to 10 minutes, excellent. So let's do that. So we can move that out of the way and take a bazooka back in our place.
On the survey, who needs a map?
Nice lady. You do very much, no?
Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. And the way you look, I understand that you are not impressed. But I heard you like that little friend of mine. Take off your party dress.
Now do you see the fun of it?
But we have to get. We have. The trick of all this is that these four young lovers are not as in control of their romantic destinies as they think, because in the woods there are fairies and spirits. Fairies, yes, we have fairies and spirits in the form specifically of Titania, Oberon, and Puck, little Steve. Our four young lovers are not in the same control of their romantic destinies as they think, because we are in the woods. And why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they're in the woods. And what do we find in the woods?
Fairies.
Correct.
So he steps in through the
Yes.
Ah! Bastard. Okay.
Hey, Mom, can you
The key that our souls were singing, and as we danced in the night, remember how the stars stole the night away.
Running across the hands. Oh my God! You know the part when I run across the people's hands?